Hey, yo, what up?
What's up, y'all? This is Jeremiah.
What's up? This is Steve-O from Jackass. You're listening to Radio DePaul.
Radio DePaul.
Radio DePaul is Chicago's College Connection.
You're listening to Radio DePaul. I'm Connor Mudd, and this is Tom Talks. Hello and welcome to Tom Talks. Like I said, I'm Connor Mudd. Today we are talking about Tom Cruise's third film ever, The Outsiders. It's one of his most iconic films. And with me today is a very special guest. She is a queer feminist artist from Portland, Oregon, and she is a Libra. Give it up for Liza. Liza, hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm very excited to be on the show and talk about The Outsiders.
I know, it is such a fun topic. It's going to be super fun. But before we get started, we've got just some fun little interviews, some fun little conversation stuff.
Cool.
So first things first, it says you're a queer feminist artist. What sort of art do you do?
Mostly painting, some drawing, writing, in my personal life, but not really in art that I share. And actually right now I just started a project where I'm working with another student and a women's and gender studies professor to curate an art show of 100 level women's and gender studies students. So that'll be super cool.
That's so cool. When's that going to be?
Next quarter. It'll come out
quarter.
next quarter, but I will,
Awesome.
shoot you an invite.
You'll have to keep me posted.
Yes.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. So like in your paintings, is it mostly oil work or is it
Acrylics mostly, just because, I don't know, cheaper than oil paint.
True. True.
But I would love to work with oil. I think I've heard it's easier for like blending purposes, I guess. But yeah.
And how do you incorporate your feminism and your queerness into your art?
Yeah. That's a really good question. I think that I try and paint about my own experience or people who have inspired me, who are usually also queer feminists, and trying to bring attention and focus to queer people in queer relationships, which are usually not represented in our media.
They really ought to be.
Yeah, exactly. And then also making work that's inspired by the writings and creations of other feminist artists and other queer people.
Yeah, that is doing the work that needs to be done.
Thank you.
It's very Vincentian. That
Thanks.
is what must be done.
So true. So true.
So much fun. Well, and we were talking earlier, and it wouldn't be much of, because this is a very timely show, I like to think. You went to Popeyes today, but you didn't have the chicken sandwich.
I didn't have the chicken sandwich. I'm not into sandwiches.
No?
I did have good old Popeyes fried chicken. Delicious, as usual, phenomenal. I had to wait for like half an hour to get it because everyone was there for the sandwich. But I heard the sandwich was very, very good for those who like sandwiches.
I'm always curious, like, because it feels like a novelty. It feels unnecessary, but it's always like, maybe
a chicken sandwich.
Maybe the chicken sandwich would be like revolutionary. I doubt it.
It's chicken on a sandwich, right? Have you had that?
Before,
You've had chicken. You've had bread.
Right? There's so
pickles.
many places to get that.
Yeah. But I mean, I went with my friend and he had it and he said, this is the best sandwich I've ever had. So maybe it really is phenomenal, but
mayhaps. I mean, it could be. This is one of Tom Cruise's only movies that features like a prominent fast food chain, which is interesting. Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah. Yes, it does.
They go to a Dairy Queen.
They do.
Did you know that Dairy Queen like actually does full grill like menu items? Like,
no.
Have you been? Their cheese curds.
Really?
I'm a big fan.
So I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
I don't feel like they have cheese curds at Dairy Queen in Portland, Oregon. I mean, probably not because it's not really, local.
You've got to go to the Dairy Queen Chillin' Grills. It's a little different than a typical.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why they make, because they've got like the Dairy Queen Orange Julius, and then the Dairy Queen Chillin' Grills, and only the Chillin' Grills have cheese curds, and they're very good.
That sounds really good. I love a good blizzard.
Right?
But
cheese curds in a blizzard, like that's an afternoon right there. I'll eat like 10 of those.
For sure.
Oh, I wish it was a buy one get one deal. That would be, if only. Dairy Queen, if you're listening. No, but that's kind of why, like, I feel like it's fitting that this is, it's such
Yeah.
quote unquote monumental fast food news is happening in the only
it's a
one
huge
where there's
deal.
fast
Popeyes
food.
chicken sandwich.
It's so big. No, but not necessarily. Yeah, so this is the third movie in a row that's based on a book by a particular author. This is a staple in young adult fiction. Have you read the book?
I have read
You
the
have?
book. That's the first time I saw the movie. I had to read the book in middle school, and then as a
Okay.
class, we watched the movie after we read it.
Did you like it back then?
The book or I liked both.
book, yeah.
I thought they were both good. The book is good, and the movie also good.
Oh yeah, it is an enjoyable film. Oh, but
It is.
Is it your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
I think it is. I haven't seen a ton of Tom Cruise movies, honestly. I've seen The Outsiders. I've seen Interview with a Vampire, or yes.
The Vampire Chronicles.
Yes.
whatever, the long name one.
It's very bizarre, which also Tom Cruise is more of a supporting actor in that as
Yeah,
well, because
for
it's
sure.
starring Brad Pitt. But it's interesting, very bizarre.
That is the other movie that I'd argue has one of the best casts of Tom's movies.
Yeah,
The Outsiders
definitely.
for sure has a phenomenal cast.
For sure.
But has a phenomenal cast for the 80s. And if you go to the 90s and look at Interview with a Vampire, you're like, oh my God, Christian Slater's in this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Kirsten Dunst is the little girl. Antonio Banderas is in it. Like,
Crazy.
Right? Phenomenal cast.
It's and such a weird movie though. It's also
Yeah.
based on a book.
He does
weird.
a lot based on a book. That's really what I'm noticing.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this-
for sure.
In this this star study, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is a lot of it is based on novels. I don't even know. I'll have to look into which novel that he did that was his best-selling novel. Something tells me that it's John Grisham's The Firm.
Huh.
Because he is the main character in the film adaptation of that. I haven't read The Firm.
Neither have I.
I don't plan on reading The Firm. Like, John Grisham is like, I feel like it's what most people's grandparents read, you know?
Oh no, I haven't heard of anything.
You don't know John
written by
Grisham?
John Grisham.
He only writes like law novels.
Yeah, no,
That's
I don't.
like,
That
That's it. There's just lawyers being lawyers, and
Okay.
he's like, oh yeah, this is plot.
I mean, maybe that would be interesting for elderly lawyers.
Retirees, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they get a kick out of it. And the movie itself is fine. That'll be a later episode.
yeah.
I'll try and get an actual lawyer on to talk about The Firm, because I
That'd
don't
be
think it's
super fun.
accurate at all to
Really?
the real law. I mean, it's dramatized. It's like, oh, affairs, love, whoa. Not just lawyers being lawyers, but it's like the lawyers are in a cult and it's weird. But
Whoa.
I know.
Very fun. Oh my
It
gosh. And Tom
twists
Cruise is
and
kind
turns.
of real life in a cult.
like a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, he is. He loves it though.
He does.
really
I think that's
appreciates-
that's one of the weirdest parts.
Yeah.
Is that he really loves it.
He really loves it. So Outsiders is your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
I think
then?
so. Yeah.
Okay, that is because I'm putting tallies as to what everyone's favorite is as I go through, and we'll see which one has the most favorites. No two people have said their favorites are the same.
You have
yet.
many episodes to go.
So many to go, but we're going. It's number 3. We're out here. So I'm going to give you an opportunity, the same opportunity that I have given other people on this show. I'm going to give you 1 minute, and you are going to get to say whatever you need to say to Tom Cruise. Anything that you have wanted to say to Tom Cruise, just get it off your chest. You have 1 full minute in case he ever listens to this. Let's hope he one day listens to this, just so he can
Yes.
hear all of these thoughts and inklings. So your 1 minute starts now.
Okay, Tom, please listen to this one. Great show. Connor's great. He has so much money. Tom, you have so much money. I've read you're one of the 5 wealthiest actors in the world. And you're giving so much of that money to Scientology. Why? I mean, you love it. You love Scientology. Doesn't seem like necessarily the best fund. If they're blackmailing you, if you're being blackmailed, get out. You can do it. I believe in you. You could be doing so much more with your millions and millions of dollars. Otherwise, look out for your health. I hope you're doing well. You do a lot of stunts, and I feel like, as you're aging, just take care of your body. And keep doing what you do best, which is acting. Yeah.
Yeah, acting. Acting's what he does best.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a wholesome thought. Other people were pitching movies to him left and right. So wholesome, just looking out for him for the best.
Thank you. I hope he's well.
Right? That's what we need from him, or for him, really.
For him.
We need him to do well. You mentioned his stunts. Do you have a stunt of his in particular that you really enjoy?
One of his other movies that I've seen, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. I think that's the one. And he climbs up the Burj Khalifa. I think that's what it's called, the tallest building in the world.
Yeah.
And that fascinating. I don't know how far up he actually climbed, or if he, what was happening, but incredible and very scary.
Oh, yeah. And that stunt is it's like, like ribbon dancing, like that aerial artists do.
Yes.
Not ribbon dancing. That's not the word. I think it's just aerial ribbons.
Yeah, where you're hanging from the ceiling, and yeah.
I feel like he trained with them for months. He had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a fun stunt. That's probably one of his top 10 stunts.
Yeah, so iconic,
right?
on the tallest building in the world.
Just hanging there, spinning around. And he breaks into a glass window and puts on a fake face.
It's a very good movie.
Very
The special effects in
Tom
that movie
too.
are very,
well,
entertaining. Maybe not the best.
Yeah, it is fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Is it quality? Maybe. It's fun to watch.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, and the movie that we're looking at today didn't receive a ton of critical acclaim. None of his like a few of his movies did, but none of them like won big. Except for one of them, but that's later. We'll get to that way later. But we have one more thing. I want to know what is the most Tom Cruise thing that you have ever done?
I've dressed up in like the Risky Business outfit before, the shirt, socks, no pants, and sunglasses. But I haven't seen Risky Business, so I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's.
Did you slide along the floor and dance at all?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You have to.
Yeah, because that's the iconic. So you haven't seen Risky Business?
No.
It is. That's one that you're like, yes, this iconic thing, and that's like a very iconic costume and a moment that is only in like 3 seconds of the movie.
Really?
It is not. It has nothing to do with the plot. It's just like the second his parents go on vacation, he's like, I'm gonna walk around the house with no pants on and like dance, and then they don't discuss it again. But everyone's like, yeah, Risky Business is the one with the pants.
It's a very iconic costume.
Right? And there's so many iconic costumes in the history of Tom Cruise movies. Even The Outsiders. He's in overalls, right? He's like overalls, no shirt, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he has his uniform from the gas station, and he does that like unbuttoned all the time,
right. And this is before
Canadian
his tooth
tuxedos.
Job, so he's got
the teeth.
He looks like he works in a gas station.
Yeah, his poor teeth.
His poor teeth. Ooh. We're glad he.
Yeah, we're glad you got. It looks painful.
Famous.
It looks painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just cosmetic.
Yeah.
It's probably for
better
the best.
for your health.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think that Risky Business costume is iconic. But there's some, and when we get there, we'll get into, because like Interview with a Vampire, that costume is like, that's one of my favorites. I love his costume in Color of Money. It's a very simple costume. It's just a jeans, black t-shirt, hair spiked up, earring, and the t-shirt he's wearing has his name on it.
Oh.
So it's just a black t-shirt, and in white letters it just says Vince. And I'm like, yes, we love it.
That's a power move.
Right? It's so he has so many iconic looks, and I'll break down those iconic looks as I go. But the one in Outsiders is truly, it's like, I could see that. He is what he needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. So Risky Business dancing is a very Tom Cruise thing to do. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go to a brief commercial break. When we come back, we are going to play a game. It's gonna be so much fun. So be ready and stay tuned after a word from our sponsors.
Keep tradition alive with Grandma Luella's recipes from the South. Stop by Luella's Southern Kitchen on 4609 North Lincoln Avenue to tickle your taste buds with the rich flavors this cuisine has to offer. With items like gumbo, grits, and collard greens on the menu, you'll consider moving to Mississippi. If you can't make it to the kitchen, you can always order online through Grubhub for delivery. For the full menu, visit www.luellasouthern.kitchen.com. This message brought to you by Luella Southern Kitchen and Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
The most dangerous trend on college campuses. The Juul. The vapor clouds of Juuls on college campuses are prevalent everywhere. Small clouds of vapor rise to the heavens as students depart from the buildings. But it needs to be known, Juul is not cool. Stay clear of the dangerous trend and be cool. This message brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
And we are back. You're listening to Radio DePaul. I'm Connor Mudd. This is Tom Talks, and I'm here with Liza Bertoli. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, Liza Bertoli. We are going to play a game. I'm excited. It is a little improvisational. We're going to roll with it. It's called the Nickname Game. So I'm going to give you the names of actors who were super iconic in the 80s and 90s because Tom Cruise kind of transcended those 2 decades. I know he's still acting now, but those are the 2 decades he transcended. So I'll give you names of iconic actors, and if you want, I can give you a role of those actors, and you are going to come up with an Outsiders-style nickname for these actors and potentially their characters. Something along the lines of Pony Boy, Soda Pop, Dairy, Dally, any of the many nicknames that we see in The Outsiders. And there's a ton of nicknames in The Outsiders. Two-Bit. Two-Bit's not the name his mom gave him.
Yeah,
But
no,
could you
I don't.
imagine? Soda Pop is. But
Yes, Soda Pop, real name.
Nobody should name their kids Soda Pop. But I'm going to give you the name of actors, and you're going to give me their Outsiders-style nicknames. We'll start with an easy one, classic from most John Hughes movies. We're going to go with Molly Ringwald. What do you think her Outsiders-style nickname would be?
Probably Red or
Red.
something like maybe Cherry. That's an Outsiders character.
Similar to Cherry Valance.
Yeah, because red hair.
Red hair. It's, you got to go with the physical attributes on some of these nicknames. I could see Red. Red is very fitting. It just, unless she's wearing pink, and then is she pink or is it just red?
Just red.
Just red.
I think.
Cool. We'll go with another iconic woman of the 80s. What about Winona Ryder?
Oh, wow. Winona Ryder. I feel like probably Klepto Queen or something like
Klepto
that.
Queen?
Yeah, she
I
was.
could see that.
I'm sorry, Winona. You're a talented actress, but you did get caught for robbery and or shoplifting. So that's.
Would you say that she's a greaser or a soch?
Soch, probably. Soch, who also still steals, and it's like,
Right.
why you're a Soch?
And I mean, Red is definitely a soch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Not
Maybe
at all.
she hangs with some greasers, but she's a Soch
She's
as well.
a soch. Klepto Queen. I love that. How do you feel about Kevin Bacon specifically from Footloose, though?
Yeah. I feel like he's a greaser.
For sure.
For sure, greaser. Two-toe or something like that. Something dancey.
Little two-step.
Little two-step.
Yeah, what's your greaser name? I'm Two-Step. And then,
Two-step.
He's more of like a...
Yeah, he has like a...
He's a West Side Story sort of greaser. He's not... different movie about gang violence in the 50s? 50s.
Yeah, I feel like he has kind of a greaser face, though, like just like a little... Like,
true.
Somehow attractive, but still mostly not traditionally attractive.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little... He's like...
But like physically very toned. Thin, but very toned.
He's like if David Bowie only acted.
Yes.
Right?
Very true.
I could see... I mean... Is Kevin Bacon still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him playing David Bowie in like a biopic. Like in a Rocket Man style, like...
I feel like, yes, appearance-wise, but...
Not... I wouldn't want him to sing. Not like Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I mean, Rami didn't sing also. But like I could see him, what would we call that movie? Would we call it Major Tom or something? Or
Oh, that'd be funny.
or like Ziggy Stardust?
Yeah, I feel like Ziggy Stardust.
The Ballad of Ziggy or something.
Oh, that's
I don't
good.
know. We're pitching movies left and right. Yeah, how did you feel about Bohemian Rhapsody also?
I liked it. I saw it with my grandma, and we enjoyed it. We love Queen, so I thought it was good. Little cheesy. It had, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it too. I don't know. I love Rami Malek. I don't know if he needed his
Yeah.
Oscar there. I think
Yeah.
I see a lot in his future acting wise that I think we might have given him an Oscar prematurely. But I don't know who else it would have gone to.
Yeah, I mean that. Fair enough.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, maybe did we give it to him? Like, should we given him an Oscar sooner for Night at the Museum? Truly,
That's
best supporting actor.
that. I mean, yeah. I feel like he deserves every award for like a Pulitzer Prize. I know he didn't
Yeah.
write it, but like he should get a Pulitzer Prize for his work as King
I
Tut.
agree. He
Was it
probably-
King Tut? No, it wasn't King Tut.
He's some
pharaoh.
Egyptian pharaoh. Yes.
Yeah, I do love that they cast an Egyptian actor to play an Egyptian person.
Yes, actually.
We love that.
Yes. Some real representation.
Right? Unlike the Mummy. But we're not talking about the Mummy yet.
Yikes.
That's later. That's another episode. Let's go to the fourth actor. What about Bill Murray?
Bill Murray. Oh gosh.
I feel like he's a Soch.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Bill Murray. Okay.
Because I'm leaning like Gopher,
Gopher. Okay.
Yeah, like Caddyshack.
Okay. Yeah, I
We
see
call
it.
him
I see it.
Gopher.
I like that. I feel like he's. I don't know if I see him as a Soch. I kind of
No?
see it, but I feel like he's more like an older man who isn't really in either social category. Who like. Yeah, I don't know.
He
He's like
transcends.
Yeah, like maybe
gang.
he's
like
a-
he's grown out of it.
Yeah.
He's like the
Maybe he's like a police officer.
or like
he's-
the soda shop owner in West Side Story. I keep going back to West Side Story. There's a lot of parallels.
Yeah.
Where he's there for the kids, but he doesn't like. They could call him pops or something.
Yes.
Old man.
Transcends.
Transcends gang violence.
Yes.
Because of his old age. We love it.
Thank you, Bill.
Oh yeah, we love Bill Murray. Let's go next. I'm gonna skip down a few. Let's go Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal. Oh, creepy voice.
And we'll do When Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal, but also Mike Wazowski, Billy Crystal.
Okay.
2 names, I think.
2 names.
They're very different.
He's kind of okay. For When Harry Met Sally, he's so scummy in that movie.
He's
I
so
don't
scummy.
like that. Probably.
You
Something about his personality.
Do you just want to call him scummy?
Scummy. Yeah, we could. Yeah,
Scummy.
or like scumbag.
Scumbag.
I don't know what his last name in that movie is, but
Right.
Scumbag Jones.
Scumbag Jones.
Yeah.
Yep, that's him. He's the greaser who always has like 8 knives on him, and you're like, why? You don't.
Why?
You
Yeah.
have 2 hands.
Exactly.
Put them away.
Yeah. Or like Dally in the first scene,
Yeah.
just like aggressively hitting on women for
Right.
no reason.
It's Scumbag Jones
Yeah.
all over again.
Sexual harassment. He's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we'll say Billy Crystal is
Billy
Scumbag
Crystal,
Jones.
Scumbag
Even him
Jones.
as Mike Wazowski, though.
As Mike Wazowski. I don't know.
What
I feel
was-
like you have to say something about the eye.
That or like what was his nickname with Celia? It was like Pookie or something.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I know he has a
Mm-hmm.
nickname that she has given him, but I don't remember what it is. Izzy Wisey? That's not it. That certainly isn't it. I hate
Yeah,
that.
no, I really
hate
can't.
that entered my brain.
I like that though. That's kind of
Izzy
funny.
Wisey?
Yeah. Or
Just call him Eyes Guy. It's
Eyes
like
Guy.
Wise Guy.
Oh,
but
I like
Eyes
that. That's
Guy.
very good.
But it's only one, so he's Eye Guy. I gotta rewatch Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a classic.
Yeah. One day. One day more. I'll watch it. How do you feel about Whoopi Goldberg? What do you think?
Oh, wow. Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know. Maybe like
And like I can't even pick Saoirse Greaser for Whoopi.
no, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe she transcends like Bill Murray did.
I think so too. I feel like Sister something, because you have to. We
Right.
love, yeah.
We have to incorporate Sister Act.
Sister Act, yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, Sister. So I feel like maybe she's a nun as well in the
Maybe she
Outsiders
It's her
universe.
church that she's let.
Oh,
let,
yes,
go
into disarray
shambles.
that
Yeah.
burns down.
That's so she is
Sister of Fire.
Sister of Fire. That's
Sorry, Whoopi. We don't hold you responsible for it.
Yeah, you didn't. We didn't start the fire. She didn't start the fire.
No.
Billy Joel started the fire. It was all Billy Joel is the arsonist. What about like Jamie Lee Curtis? Do you think?
I don't know anything that.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Activia commercials.
No. What?
What? You don't know?
No. I'm sorry. Absolutely.
Freaky Friday.
Oh, okay. The mom.
Yeah, and like Halloween also.
I guess I have seen those Activia commercials. Oh, I don't know.
Where she's a big fan of yogurt. She really loves probiotics. I don't want to call her probiotic.
No, that's not. I feel like she's definitely a greaser with
Yeah.
with the hair. I don't know. Like absentee mother, she doesn't need a nickname.
She's like Ponyboy's mom.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. She
left
Yeah.
left the family to go
Oh, no.
shoot some yogurt ads.
Yeah. Her fame really went to her head after all the Activia.
Where I feel like she's doing another Halloween movie, or she did another Halloween movie. I haven't seen any of the Halloween movies.
Clearly, I am not the most expert on this subject.
Right? I should know more about I don't know anything. This is about Tom Cruise. This isn't the Jamie Lee Curtis podcast. Sorry, Jamie. It's fine. How about Anthony Michael Hall? Classic Breakfast Club.
Oh, is he the dork?
He's the
okay.
He's the
also
nerdy guy.
in
He's in everything. Weird Science.
what's
and-
16 Candles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He and Molly Ringwald are in
Oh.
all of John Hughes' movies. I
He
think.
has such a good nickname in 16 Candles. Farmer Ted. Farmer Ted.
Oh,
That's
so it's
so
just the
good.
same nickname.
Yeah, he's totally a Soch, and
Yes.
his name is still Farmer Ted. Like
Yeah.
the greasers make fun of him because he's.
For sure. Have you seen Weird
dork.
Science?
No, I haven't.
Okay. No, nobody seems to remember this movie. I was explaining, like, I put on the song and somebody was like, "What on earth are you listening to?" I'm like, "It's Weird Science by Oingo Boingo." Do you know Oingo Boingo?
No.
Okay, I think it's some Mandela effect thing where it's like only I remember Weird Science, both the song and the movie.
But it's a real movie.
Yeah, it has Robert
right?
Downey Jr. in
I
it.
mean,
and Anthony
I feel
Michael
like
Hall.
I've maybe heard of it.
It's about
Really have Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, this kid and his friend like bring a Barbie doll to life so that they can date it. It's really messed
That's
up.
not good.
It's not good. No. But the song Weird Science by Oingo Boingo is in it, and it is iconic. I highly recommend it. I would play it, but we have the song in our docket. We have a song in our docket.
Oh.
today. We'll get there in a little bit. But it's not Oingo Boingo's Weird Science. There may be a time for that.
Maybe.
I'll find a time to play Weird Science by Oingo Boingo. It's hard to say that.
Yeah.
No, but if you get a chance, don't watch the movie.
Oh,
Listen to
okay,
the
gotcha.
song.
Okay.
The movie, ooh, big oof. Is
Really
big
bad.
oof.
I mean, yeah. Barbie
Yeah.
doll come to life. Not
ideal.
Yeah, creepy.
What do you think? Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. What do you think
Oh.
would be?
Tough one.
Right? Because I feel like McFly is a good enough name that they
It-
could just call him McFly. It's
I
like
feel
Soda Pop. Like you don't need a nickname. Like please give me a nickname. Like I don't want to be called Soda Pop. Like no.
Yeah, no, McFly is good. Yeah, I don't know. Something about his vest, the
life preserver.
life preserver vest.
We just call him Lifesaver.
Orange soda, something like that.
Oh, we could call him.
Yeah.
What was it? New Coke or
New Coke.
What did he ask for in the
the
second one?
I don't
like
know.
a Pepsi Max or something. No, Pepsi Max hadn't been invented yet. I don't remember. Like he goes into an old soda parlor and asks for a New Coke. And like they're like, "What? We're in the 50s." And it's not. Nobody in the 50s. Could you imagine if someone in the 50s like thought like, "Oh, we're going to change the recipe for Coke one day."
I know, they're probably like, "No, I'm too addicted to the cocaine. We can never change this."
Never change it. Nope, it's just wine and cocaine. That's all Coca-Cola ever needed to be.
Yum.
We'll do one more. We'll end on a good one. We're going to end with Harrison Ford.
Oh,
what do you think,
wow.
Harrison Ford? Because, again, I'm on the fence. Is he a Soch? Is he a greaser? I don't know.
I think definitely greaser. I mean, no, yeah, greaser. I see greaser. And he already has some nicknames as well. You know, you got Indy for Indiana Jones. Han, not really a nickname, just his first name.
Like, I feel like Han and Indy are definitely greasers, but when he plays the president in Air Force One,
I haven't seen Air Force One.
He plays the president with the iconic line, "Get off my plane." It's really good. Weird movie, but really good. I don't. He's definitely a Soch when he's the president, is how I see it.
Okay.
But definitely Han and Indy is iconic. Like
Yeah.
his most iconic roles, he's a greaser, undoubtedly.
I feel like Whip It or something like that.
Whip It?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's good.
Thank you.
Whip It. I like that. Have you seen that movie?
Like about the roller
roller derby girls.
Yeah, I actually have.
With Ellen Page.
That is Ellen Page.
Yeah. My only critique about that movie is that in the end, she doesn't fall in love with her best friend, and I really wanted her to.
Oh,
because they hinted at it the whole movie.
I don't remember the end. I just remember it's just like her and like old ladies a lot of the time, right? I remember her on a bus with old women.
Yeah, and then it's got the girl from New Girl. I don't remember her name.
Zooey Deschanel.
Oh no, not New Girl. Two Broke Girls.
Oh. No, I don't know her name either.
Right, she's also in the Thor movies.
Actor too, right? Oh, I don't.
Yeah, in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. She's that one. Like she plays the best friend, and I wanted her and Ellen Page to end up together in that movie,
That would have been
and they didn't.
good.
And I was like, oh,
bummer.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Ellen Page.
We love Ellen Page.
We do.
Maybe that's because people always ask me like, what happens when you're done with Tom Cruise? Maybe it's Ellen Page.
Maybe. She does have some really
good
movies.
I love Juno.
Yeah, Juno's excellent.
Juno's so good. I gotta rewatch Juno. That's what we're gonna take away from this. Is I really need to rewatch Juno. So we've gotten to the point in our show where we are gonna go into a plot synopsis, and you have actually seen this movie and read this book.
Yes.
So you can help me with the synopsis because I watched. This was one of the when I started watching all of his movies, like really diving deep. This was one of the first ones I did. So it's been a hot minute.
Long time ago, yeah.
So I probably am forgetting a lot.
Oh no.
Knowing me, I probably forget so much of this movie. So we'll go into it. We'll hope for the best. We'll give it a go. For listeners who haven't seen the movie, well, first off, this is everything from this point on, spoilers, 100% spoiler. There's nothing that we won't be spoiling when it comes to The Outsiders. So if you haven't seen The Outsiders and you still want to and you don't want it spoiled, stop listening or keep listening and get spoiled. Because
up to you.
Right? You know, I feel like spoilers are inevitable nowadays. People have heard quotes from this movie. They probably know what happens.
Yeah.
Even if they haven't seen it.
It's also, I feel like you go into it's very sad. It has a very sad
and
ambiance.
It came out so long ago. It came out 1983? If you haven't seen it yet, are you going to see it?
No.
I mean, unless you're a child.
And it's also not on anything. You have to pay to rent it.
You have to find it. You have to do some digging on the dark web.
Yeah, not available on Netflix.
Not available. No. It was on HBO for a minute. I think that's how I saw it. It was on HBO or Showtime, and I bummed a friend's subscription or something, and I was like,
Gotcha.
finally, I got there. Maybe it was Hulu, actually.
Oh, Hulu has a lot of Tom Cruise movies.
They do.
I realized yesterday because I was trying to prepare, but don't
Not
have a
Outsiders
Hulu
anymore.
subscription. So
And I just wish there weren't ads. Wish there weren't ads on Hulu.
yeah,
It'd be like that, though.
it too.
You do what you need to do. But so there are two gangs in this
Yes.
movie. It's fundamental knowledge that there are greasers and there are socias. Soc, I think, stands for socialite or just socials.
I think so too. Yeah. Socialite.
And they're the rich preppy boys, and they're from the west side of town, if I'm not mistaken.
South side.
South
Actually.
side?
South side of town. Yeah, south and north side.
I thought it was east and west.
I could be wrong.
They're from one side of town.
One side of town.
And then the greasers are from the other side of town, and they are less well off. They are the poor gang, so to speak.
Yes.
They put a lot of grease in their hair, hence the name greasers. It's not short for anything, which is good. It's not like the Greaseronymus or something. I don't speak Latin. Don't judge me. But so there are two gangs, and it starts with our main character, Ponyboy is his name. Ponyboy Curtis? Ponyboy Curtis.
Yeah.
And he's sitting, he's chilling at his desk in his room, and he's writing this essay, or he's writing a book. We learn later that he's writing a full book, full novel. But it looks like an essay at the start. And he starts detailing this story, and the story that he's beginning starts with him getting into a fight, a kerfuffle, so to speak, with some members of the Soch gang and members of his gang, namely his brothers by the names of... What are his brothers' names? I have them on a list. I have a list of all of these
Soda
names.
Pop and Dairy.
Right.
Or, yeah, Dairy. is his
Daryl.
brother. Daryl.
Daryl.
Yes. Played by Rob Lowe and Patrick Swayze.
I know.
Iconic.
Amazing. So it's Soda Pop and Dairy, and then the rest of their gang, so Johnny, Dallas, Two-Bit, they all come to his rescue and scare away the other guys. And it's like, oh, you've met all the characters now. Here's the whole gang. They're all here. And then they go about their merry business for a little bit, and then it's Ponyboy and his friends Dallas and Johnny. They go to a drive-in movie. They sit in the bleachers, and they meet a girl named Cherry. And Cherry is quarreling with her boyfriend, who is a Soch. And they notice this, and they go to Cherry to console her, I suppose. But Dallas, or Dally, because Dallas wasn't already a cool enough name, it needed a nickname. Dally says something offensive to Cherry, but Cherry is unnerved, unafraid, and so she serves it right back, which is great. We love that.
Yeah, Cherry's iconic.
Right. We've yet to have prior to this movie. I know this is the third movie he did, but there was no female characters in the movie before. And then the movie before that, the female characters were highly sexualized. So it's good to have, I know it's only one female character, but that is a step. That is one small step in the right direction and 3 steps back. But one small step is fine. So Cherry serves it right back. And then Dallas leaves, and Johnny and Ponyboy hang out with Cherry, and they drive Cherry home, I believe.
They leave because they snuck in. They don't even have a car.
Right. And they lead
they
Cherry
leave.
away, and Cherry's boyfriend is like, no,
Yeah.
don't be doing that. And they get into another fight. And then one of them, Two-Bit, actually, who is with them now, pulls his knife and is like, hey, I'm going to stab you. And then the Soches, they don't run away, but they go away. And so they go back to Johnny's house. It's Johnny and Ponyboy, and Johnny's family is fighting, and so they just wait outside Johnny's house, and they fall asleep. I think it was in a broken down car or in some piece of trash in the lawn.
Yeah, it's just an empty old field with garbage and
they're looking at the stars. It's it's a great little moment.
Yeah.
They fall asleep, because that's what you do on a
It's
cold night.
nighttime, yeah.
Yeah. And then Ponyboy leaves, and then he goes to back home, and Daryl is mad at him, his older brother, Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl.
Derry.
Daryl is mad at him and hits him, and so he runs away again, and he goes and he runs into the Socs, and the Socs try to drown him.
Yes, they do.
To which Johnny then comes to his rescue and stabs one of the Socs.
Yeah.
Just straight in the gut, I think.
Yeah, stabbings and kills.
Right? Stabs and kills a Soc, which is not good for anyone involved, and they have to go on the run. So they go to Dallas. They go to Dallas, who gives them money and tells them where to go. They go to an abandoned church, and he reads Gone with the Wind while at this abandoned church. I love that also. I love that he's a reader, you know? He's not like playing, he's not gambling or doing it. He's a reader. He's a good kid in school. But they buy, when they go like to the store for their supplies, I love their supplies list. It's bologna, bread, cigarettes, a paperback copy of Gone with the Wind, and a bottle of peroxide, you know, just to dye their hair. So they dye their hair blonde to evade the law, and they are out there for a very boring week. They get very bored. They get pretty hungry. And then Dallas comes up and then takes them to Dairy Queen to tell them what's going on. This is where Dairy Queen comes in. They probably had some cheese curds and an ice cream. And that's where they like are debriefed on everything that's going on. The police are looking for the killer of Bob. Bob is the Soc who they killed.
Yeah.
And they've hauled Dallas in for questioning, and Soda and Derry are worried about Ponyboy because, you know, he's the younger brother. Like, he's run away. Like, he killed a guy and ran away.
Yeah.
Definitely
They're
worrisome,
very concerned.
right? They're a supportive family. Even for being abusive, they're still supportive sometimes.
Yeah.
Soda Pop more so than Daryl.
Yes.
Daryl. Daryl's just such a funny name to me. I keep saying it. I should stop, but also Daryl. So then Johnny decides he wants to turn himself in, say it was self-defense. Dallas discourages him because of what can happen for jail time, because Dallas has been to jail. He knows. He's like, this isn't good. You don't want to go to jail. You'll get jail time. And they go back to the church just to like hang out. And the church is on fire, and it's filled with kids.
Yes. Where did the children
Right?
come from?
Like it's a
Why do they go
field trip.
inside?
Like
Yeah.
it's a bus. Like what? Who brings kids to an abandoned church on a field trip? I blame the
bizarre.
teacher.
Same.
But they go into the church to save the children, and the roof collapses, and Johnny, I believe, Johnny gets badly hurt when the roof collapses. His back gets very hurt and broken, and then they go to the hospital, and I believe he dies.
Yeah.
Right? If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He's in the hospital for a while. They come
Yeah.
and visit him a couple times, but he does
He does die.
eventually die.
And Ponyboy returns to his family and is like heartbroken.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. His like
Yeah.
best friend is dead, and he had to save children from a fire, and he is an accomplice in a murder.
Yeah. So
You know,
everything went wrong.
Definitely emotionally traumatizing for anyone, but in particular this young man. And then the Socs and the Greasers have a big rumble, and it's this wonderful fight scene in the rain. I love a good 1980s fight scene in the rain.
Yeah.
Like Lethal Weapon style. Like, yes. It's very fun to watch. And then, like, Tom Cruise's character is in this one. Tom Cruise is, what's his name?
Steve Randall.
Steve Randall. Yeah, so they go and they fight, and Johnny dies like before the fight. The fight, they have no weapons, so no knives.
After the fight, I think he dies.
After
Because
the
they fight, they're like, oh, we're fighting for Johnny. And then he dies. And then shortly afterwards,
Okay.
like Pony goes to see him after he's all beat up from this fight.
Right?
And Johnny's like, stay gold, Pony boy. And then he dies. He dies.
That's when he dies. He
Yep.
doesn't die immediately. After his
Yes.
back is broken. But in the big rumble, somebody brings a knife, which is not good for anyone. But Ponyboy really wanted to go to the rumble, even though he's physically exhausted. and Daryl lets him, like his older brother, because his older brother is like high up in the gang. And then if the cops come, he says to Soda and him, like, run if the cops come. Don't fight the cops. And in the rainstorm, the big fight happens. I believe it is actually Steve who throws the first punch, if I'm not mistaken. It was a very Tom Cruise moment where it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Someone just shows up and yells, and then they all just start hitting each other. But I think he did, yeah.
Yeah. And then it all happens with the death. And then Dallas, when he runs away, holds up a convenience store.
Yeah. Johnny dies, and Dally's so upset.
So upset. So he holds up a convenience store, and then the cops kill Dally.
Yeah.
And that's so. I feel so bad for Ponyboy because
my gosh, yeah.
Because he has an older brother, whatever, but his like actual older brother figure and his younger brother figure in Johnny both die in like the same week.
Yeah.
Ooh, super traumatic week.
His two best friends.
Right? And like his teacher's like, you're not doing well in school. So I'm going to make you write an essay.
Yep.
And the essay is what turns into the book. But at the trial, Cherry testifies that Ponyboy was innocent in all of this and he's declared not guilty. Yeah, and then he writes the essay, and the essay turns into the book. The book starts the story with the quote, when I stepped out into the bright sunlight from the darkness of the movie house, I only had two things on my mind, Paul Newman and a ride home, which is the first line of Hinton's novel, which is, whoa, he was writing this book all along. Yeah, but it is such a heartbreaking movie, so much fun. But our song for the day is one from the album of the movie itself about this story. It is Stay Gold by Lionel Richie.
Richie.
Right. We'll listen. We'll be right back after Stay Gold and a word from our sponsors.
Breath away and there you will be, so young and carefree. Again you will see that place in time, so go.
Yo, where's the beef? It's located at 2300 North Lincoln Avenue at Johnny's Beef and Euros. With classic Chicago fares like Italian beef, Euros, Chicago dogs, serious salads, and more, you are sure to satisfy your hunger. And if you're looking for a challenge, try taking on the Big Daddy and go for it with a Big Daddy burger and a full serving of Johnny's famous chili fries. And if you complete the challenge in under 30 minutes, you could become a certified VIP Big Daddy. And make sure to check out the Johnny's Beef and Euros app. Just text the word beef to 33733 to download. Again, that's beef to 33733 to download the app, and you will receive $2 off your first order of $15 or more. To find out more about the Big Daddy Challenge, along with the menu, visit north.johnny's-beef.com. This message is brought to you by Johnny's Beef, a proud sponsor of Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection.
And we are back. You're listening to Radio DePaul. I'm Connor Mudd. This is Tom Talks. I'm here with Liza Bertoli. And we're going to go through some fast facts. And we're going to go through a little bit of my data. There's a lot of fast facts, but we'll try and make it through. We don't have too much time. The director of this is the phenomenal Francis Ford Coppola. The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, this. The writer, actually... this was something really interesting. The writer of the novel and S.E. Hinton and the screenwriter were both women.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Which that was a good step forward. So, Kathleen Rowell was the screenwriter, and S.E. Hinton is a woman. And Kathleen also did a lot of TV movies, including The Joy of Sex. And her middle name is Knutson. I thought that was fun. That's why I just wrote it down. It's a fun fact. that the middle
is
name
a
of the
middle
writer of
name.
this is Knutson, and I think that's funny. But S.E. Hinton also wrote a book, Rumblefish is what it's called, which also had one of the main the actor who played Dallas in it. It also has Mickey Rourke, Diane Lane as well, and Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she also wrote That Was Then, This Is Now, which was also adapted into a movie, and that had Morgan Freeman in it. And that's a long title of a movie, but I love that it was very early in Morgan Freeman's career that he was in That Was Then, This Is Now. Not a great name, not gonna lie. But the novel for Outsiders, 4.5 stars on Amazon. I always like to look at the Amazon ratings. And it is the #1 bestseller and in teen and YA sibling fiction. It's #1 of all time on Amazon. It's also #2 and #7, 3 different editions of The Outsiders. It's got a stranglehold on the full young adult sibling fiction category. Of course, Ponyboy is played by C. Thomas Howell from E.T., Amazing Spider-Man, The Hitcher. He's also been, and these are real movies that he's been in, Babyface Nelson, Prince and the Surfer, Mutant Vampire Zombies from the Hood, and Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will say he's one of the least well-known actors of all the phenomenal actors in this movie.
That's true. He did win the Young Artist Award of the Year. He's the only award winner on this entire movie.
Wow.
He won Young Actor of the Year from the Young Artist Awards. Yeah, that's an actual award show. Dallas is played by Matt Dillon, who was in There's Just Something About Mary. He was also in a Madonna music video. We talked a little last week about Madonna music videos. This is the second time it's come up, which is weird. He was in Bad Girl, but he's also been in Crash, Drugstore Cowboy, and Herbie Fully Loaded. Phenomenal movie. I think underrated movie. Johnny Cade, played by Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
The Karate Kid. And he also has done soundtrack work for The Secret Life of Nim 2.
Wow.
I had no idea. I know. He's a true celebrity. Daryl is Patrick Swayze. You know, Roadhouse, Dirty Dancing, Ghost, Point Break, Whoopi Goldberg. You know, we love them. Soda Pop is Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
I love Parks and Rec. I think him in Wayne's World, sure. Him in St. Elmo's Fire, sure. But Parks and Rec, killer. And 2-Bit, who I've mentioned like twice, is Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
Classic 1980s. And then Cherry Valance is Diane Lane, who was recently in Trumbo. I don't know if you saw Trumbo, but I highly recommend it. Also in Inside Out, Judge Dredd, and A Streetcar Named Desire. I need to see that one. I haven't seen the play. I haven't read the play. It's Tennessee Williams, I think.
Oh, wow.
He's an old dude.
Yeah, that's a name I know.
Right? He's a playwright. He's not important anymore. The only other member of the cast that I felt was super important to note is Tom Waits. Do you know Tom Waits? He's an old country singer.
I feel like yes. I feel like very familiar.
He
but
acts
I don't know.
occasionally. He was in the recent Coen Brothers Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it, but lots of commercials.
I highly recommend a lot of what I watch. But Ballad of Buster Scruggs, he actually gets to sing. He gets to flex his country star muscles, and I appreciate that they let him do that. And also, the special effects artist on this movie, Dennis Dion, was also the special effects artist for Scorpion King and Die Hard and Paul. You know that movie with the alien.
No.
Paul, and I think Seth Rogen. No, it's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It's not good. It's a campy comedy about an alien that they break out of Area 51.
I mean, the special effects in The Outsiders are not phenomenal.
Not phenomenal. And that's why he went on to do The Scorpion King, which is a sequel to the original Mummy, I believe starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the Scorpion King. So there is that. He's an accomplished-ish
Congratulations.
artist. So with this movie, I'll go down my 5 factors again. It's enjoyment, engagement, quality, iconography, and the Tom Cruise factor. Tom Cruise factor meaning how Tom Cruise was Tom Cruise in this film. So for this movie, enjoyment, I give it a 15. That's the highest enjoyment I've given of the first 3 movies. I also gave it a 15 for engagement. I was very engaged watching this movie. It really kept me interested throughout. Not all of them did. This one really roped me in. The quality, I gave it a 13. It probably could have been a higher quality. It is Francis Ford Coppola, so I have a very high standard. This is it was good. It could have been a little better quality-wise.
For sure.
Iconography, this is a 9. These are all out of 20, by the way. So 9 out of 20 on how iconic he was.
Not great.
He wasn't as iconic.
Yeah, he's a minor.
Right?
Yeah.
It has iconic quotes and iconic moments, but he wasn't iconic. And the Tom Cruise factor, I gave it an 8 out of 20.
Really?
Yeah. Because he didn't ride a motorcycle. He didn't put on a prosthetic face. He did have fights, sure, and I think he stabbed a dude at one point. But it wasn't as Tom Cruise-y as Tom Cruise could be.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's what I want. I know that our next movie is Tom Cruise. It's more Tom Cruise-y, but it's also not as good. So the total Metascore on this was 60 out of 100. And it's your favorite. So that counts for something, certainly. Well, I think that is all of the time that we had. So this has been Tom Talks. You're listening to Radio DePaul. It's been me, Connor, here with Liza.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for coming. And as always, stay gold, Pony Boy.
Hey.
What's up, y'all? This is Jeremiah.
What's up? This is Steve-O from Jackass. You're listening to Radio DePaul.
Radio DePaul.
Radio DePaul is Chicago's College Connection.